Hey y'all, it's because Mama said so, and today we're making two amazing holiday brunch casseroles. To get started, we're going to go ahead and lay out our pie crust into our pie pan. Now you can either use homemade pie crust or you can use store-bought. Today I'm using store-bought. I rolled it out just slightly larger than the pan that I was using because it was a little bigger than normal, and I wanted to make sure that the edges were nice. And so I'm just going to go around and fold in those edges. They don't have to be perfect because we don't do perfect on my channel. They just need to be turned around and trimmed down and laying smooth around the pie to prepare for the pie filling. We're going to set aside that pie pan for now, and right in this bowl we are going to crack about 8 eggs. And this is just going to take a second, but I'm going to quickly do this and we'll be back in a second. Once we've completed cracking our eggs, we're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper to our eggs and give them a quick whisk. Then we'll set this aside. Now we're going to take our empty pie plate, and this is where we're going to be able to layer the fillings. I'm going to take the corned beef, which is about 2-ounce packages of corned beef that I have sliced, and I'm going to layer them in the bottom of this pan nice and even. And then I'm going to add about a cup of the shredded Swiss cheese, and then about a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of sauerkraut. This will just kind of get layered and spread out nice and evenly. And then after I add the 1 cup of cheese, I will do 2 tablespoons of Thousand Island dressing. Now we'll pour our egg mixture over the top, and we'll use our fork to kind of move the ingredients around to make sure that the egg gets in between them, and so everything is nice and in a little puddle of eggs, if you will. There's no space and no air, no place where there's just beef or just cheese. But we're going to continue to spread that around. Then next, what we're going to do is we have had a slice of swirled rye bread in the toaster, and I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to cut it into little pieces and sprinkle that on top of this pie. And then I'll add the remaining 1 cup of shredded Swiss cheese, and it'll be ready to go in the oven. Before we put this quiche in the oven at 375 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes, I'm going to take strips of foil and put it over the edge of the crust. This is so that the crust does not overbake and get too dark. I will remove the foil about 10 or 15 minutes before the end so the crust is nice and brown, but not overbaked. This is what our quiche looked like fresh out of the oven. It's nice and puffed up. We want to let it cool to about room temperature before we serve it because it makes it easier to slice. The recipe is at the end of this video. I would love for you to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself, your precious cargo. Why? Because Mama said so. Hey y'all, it's Because Mama Said So, and today we're making holiday chorizo breakfast casserole. This is an incredibly easy holiday casserole, and it's so pretty with the red and green bell peppers that we'll add to it. It just looks so festive. So to start out, we're going to spray our 9x13 baking pan so that way nothing sticks. Then we'll go ahead and move that to the side and start to assemble our ingredients. To a bowl with 8 eggs, we're going to add our 7 ounces of cooked chorizo. Now the package comes with 14 ounces and you can use all 14 ounces, but this does have a little spice to it, and for people that aren't used to it, it might be a little bit much. So from there, we're going to go ahead and add our milk to our mixture. Excuse me, our half and half. Our heavy cream. Oh my God, I cannot talk today. We'll add our heavy cream to our mixture, and then we'll take in another bowl a cup of flour and about a half a cup of milk, or a cup of milk, and we'll whisk that together. This will kind of be the base of our casserole, since it is crustless. So we'll whisk that together, and then that is going to get added to our bowl as well. Then we'll add our seasonings, onion powder, salt, and pepper. As always, the recipe will be at the end of this video to double check. And we'll add about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And we'll give this a good stir. We'll also try and break up the cream cheese just a little bit so that way there's not too big of pieces. But it is kind of nice to find a little chunk here and there in that casserole. Now we'll add our finely chopped red and green bell pepper. Now I do these finely chopped because my husband does not particularly like big chunks of peppers in his food, but when I do it this way, he really does like it. So you can do your pieces a little bigger, but I do mine very, very fine. But they look so pretty distributed throughout this egg mixture. From here, we're going to pour this into our 9x13 baking dish, and this is going to go into the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes until it's set. What's so great about this recipe and the other recipe that I shared, the chorizo quiche, is that these can be put in the oven at the exact same time and they cook the exact same time, which makes for a great big holiday breakfast. Here's what it looked like when it came out of the oven. So golden, so pretty, so yummy. And my house smells absolutely amazing right now, y'all. I'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to chat in the comments. Take care of yourself, your precious cargo. Why? Because Mama said so.